Hello, everybody, and welcome back here to High Button Sports as we get set and we get started here with our next game of the day. This one between the Bulldogs and the Steelers. So the refs were the last ones to hit the ice, so we kind of just went right into it. But we are good to go and underway. McKinnon shoots that in, picked up on the opposite wall and moved out. Partridge, he'll grab it, shot into the glove. First save of the game there, made by the Steelers. Face off on the left side. Puck dropped in. That's going to be on the right side. Steelers over to Morrison. Morrison up ahead. Finds his teammate streaking in. Broken up there. Antigonish. Try for that down the side. Holding by the Bulldogs. Chased in. Farrell going at it for the Bulldogs, but it gets by to Morrison. Down here in front, Kelsey works in along the boards. Grabbed back to the blue line. Shot into the middle. That one broken up. Bulldogs grab that. Kelsey over the line. He'll hold. Gets that passed over. In over the line. Cameron picks it up and a penalty coming. Penalty on the play. Trip. It looked like a hit there. So if a guy falls when you hit him, is that considered a trip? I guess in this case it is. Morrison. Like, I didn't see him get a stick in on the feet or anything. But the power play, first of the game, will go to the Bulldogs here on the left side. Puck dropped in. Little stutter step play as they try to work in along the corner. Picked up and past the stick of Gillis, sent down. Bulldogs pick up on it. Start to move up the right side. Martell tries to put some pressure on. Steelers get that to center. Bulldogs surveying. Across the blue. Into the feet. That's grabbed low by Anderson. Tries to get that out. Swinging shot. And whistle will go here on the left side. 45 seconds gone off the power play. Face off here. Grabbed here, Bulldogs. McCaddy passed that off, called for it back, wouldn't get it on the stick as they worked it down low. A couple hits being laid, 2-on-2 down there in the corner. McCaddy steps into it, shot, blocked there in front. Grabbed and sent down into the end boards. Bulldogs pick it up. Up to Boyle. Boyle. He'll turn on the Jets, start working out from the right side. Boyle in over the line. Down on the end boards. Backhand onto the doorstep. Shot. Pushed aside. That one sent down and behind again. Bulldogs hold up. Pass by McCaddy. 18 seconds to go on the power play to start out the game. Frugier Oh, and a big open ice hit there. Boyle ran into a brick wall, is going to leave the stick. And that one didn't feel too good. Hopefully shaking that off. Partridge up to the middle. The Sydney Steelers now grab it. Paul played across. Ricochets off the glass on the left side. Steelers down low. Rolls off the stick there for Sydney. Now back to Barron. Barron in behind. MacArthur in around a Partridge. He anticipates the hit. Goes down anyway. Paul steps in with time to shoot. Rebound in front there. Backhands bouncing around. Top of the circle. Paul now shot. Save made as it rolls out to the right. Goaltender scrambles to get back in place. And it gets by Barron. Inside 10 minutes to go here in the first. Down the right side. Spinning. McCaddy. He'll get to it. Down along the boards. Barron. Puck goes high in the sky. Freed up. Looking for a lane. McCaddy sends that down. Barron picks it up. Chips it up the half wall. Swallow comes in. Puck gets in behind him though. Paul shoots off the glass. Follows his own rebound into the corner. Cameron, shot, loose there in front. Gonna try again with it. Too far. Down low. Trying to get that centering pass. Bulldogs stick with it. Up ahead. McKinnon gets it across. Down to Cameron. In behind. Bulldogs. Trying to facilitate something here. Shots 2-4. For, I believe, Sydney, but tight either way. And along the boards, Lee looking for it for Sydney. It's going to be over some heads. Sent back down. McKinnon chases and grabs. He looks around. Leading play up to the middle. Bulldogs, Lee. Back in behind, Gillis. Gillis just gets that backhand off. It was a close, not much on it. Up the wall with it now and slap back in. Bulldogs, wait. Down low, played around. Steelers with some offensive zone time here. Paul gets that in behind. Over to McKinnon. Slow it up on the corner. Bulldogs. Down here in front, McKinnon. Over the blue line. McKinnon. Push to the corner, Morrison. Paul had lots of touches this shift. It's been a long shift for this forward group here for the Steelers. Back to the line, McKinnon. D to D, left side. Shot, not going to make it through. Slapped at, but fanned on. Bulldogs need to get this puck out. They will. Change needed, back for Barron. He'll go up the wall. That one's touched in offside though, so buys a free clear for the Steelers. Over to the right. Sydney, Paul gets the pass off. Morrison. Down low. Puck by Gillis. Sent into the end wall again. Played over Morrison. Under his stick. shot, and that one tipped off to the corner. 6 minutes to go here in the first. Hit laid there. Stepped into one. Nice job separating man from puck. Going around. Gillis knocks it back into the end boards. Wilson now picks it up. Just kind of hands that one back over. Now sent down the left side. Over to Morrison. Boyle. Boyle just keeps it in by a hair. He'll get knocked. Into the wall here. Cameron lays it hit. Now up the left side. Steelers. Send that down. And behind the net. Bulldogs. Up and out with it. McCarrow. Hit. Not really a hit, I guess. A shove there. Boyle gets it down. Oliver holds it up. Steelers turn it over there in front, but knock into each other. Down on the right side. Centering shot, and save made is Worth. Gets the first good look there for the Bulldogs in a little while. His backhand covered up. Shot. Push to the corner. Trying to chop that back in. It's worked off to the wall. Some pushing and shoving down there. Zamboni will come on here after the first. So we had no Zamboni between the last game and this one, which means the flood will come after the first, and then we'll play the second and third. Sexton tries to center. Back to McKinnon. Shot. Bulldogs. From the end boards. Nice move around there. Trying to send that up. Simpson. McCaddy. He'll slap it. Turns it over. Shot back the other way. Bulldogs now try again. No ice. Misses the stick. Slow it up on the end wall, little shove. McCaddy, toe drags in. Hit laid. McKinnon. Up ahead with it. McKinnon into the middle, shot. Off the side of the glove. Paul now. Paul shoots high and wide. Back across. That puck sent down, save made. So whistle here on the left side. Shot. And along the blue line there. Punched away. Leading play down here in front. Cameron. Cameron. Picks it up. Sent back to the blue line. Little shove. Cameron spinning, hits off the foot. Down the left side, a big hit laid there. The Steelers player labored. Getting back up. Partridge over to the right side, pulled in. Bulldog shot in tight. And another good look. Save made. Face off here with 2 minutes to go on the left side. Grab there, left side. Try to poke that on through. Backhand near the middle. Played off. A little chip play there. Picked up, bobbing and weaving. Into the corner, 95 seconds. Bulldogs. 2-on-2 along the half wall. Cameron fished that out. Sorry, Anderson. Back down low. 1:15 here now. Up ahead, Sydney trying to work it back the other way. Shots 5 to 6. There hasn't been a ton of shots, and they've been even. Sydney leads by 2 in the shot column. Morrison. Final minute to play here in the first. Steelers cross the blue line. Lee hands that off. Squished in there. Bulldogs pick it up. Steelers, 37 seconds. Up near Lee, Sexton. The other way, Sexton tries to evade, runs out of space. Picked up, pushed to the right side. Chisholm. Oh, and offside somehow. Fougier and Chisholm couldn't get on the same page there. 19 seconds to go. Puck picked up here. Wilson hands it off, 4 seconds to go. And with 3, one last chance maybe, and we'll run out of time. So 0-0 after 1, back to the second shortly. right, everybody, welcome back here to High Button Sports. The second period of action between the Bulldogs and the Steelers. We got 2 periods in front of us here now. 0-0 game. Looking for our first goal of the day. That puck picked up, sent in around the end boards. Bulldogs stick with that, picked up by the Steelers, trying to get out to Sexton. Freed up after Sexton lays the hit. Now Bulldogs. Gel dart. Shot. Goes wide on the right side. Grab now. Played down and behind. Steelers move into that puck relatively slowly. Shot. Push to the corner. Gillis picks it up. Can't get the exit. Geldart. Try to push that back to the middle. Grabbed. Up ahead with it. In over the line. Slowed up. Trying to get that pass through to Sexton. Can't quite do so as it wraps in around. Paul. Bulldogs. Up through the middle. Over the blue line. Shot. Stopped. Push to the middle. Paul. Across the line. Shot save made. Into the right corner. Bulldogs. Trying to get that out. Went off the back of the foot there. Sent down into the end boards. Bulldogs come through the blue paint. Chase after that on the right side. Kept in by McCarron on the line. Jumping puck, Steelers. Push it to the middle. Gonna take the long way around here. Cut off. Wilson tries to get back in front. Bulldogs stop up. Back up the wall with it. Left side. Morrow. Turns over to the middle. Chance 2-on-2. And puck swept off the stick and past Worth as well. McCarron steps in. Shot. Not going to make it as it's pushed into the end wall. Grab now. Flick play. In between the legs. That'll be a hand pass. Unintentional, but whistle goes. Face off down here in front. Down the right side. Puck near the end boards there. Bulldogs. Little shove there. Kelsey. Long way around. He'll take a stick to the shin pad, but no call there. Continuing. Bulldogs stop up again. Turn it over to Lee. Lee has that roll off his stick. Passed up over the line. Kelsey from the corner. Nice moves. Gets around a few different people. Cut into the middle, trying to get the shot off. Has to hold up. Back to the line. Hughes. Hughes shot. Oh, and that one just made the save and went by. Now trying to go sharp angle play out in front. Lee picks it up. Whistle there in front. A penalty from the back ref for the cross check. Face off on the right side. Puck grabbed, slap down to left side. Bulldogs in on the end boards. Now up near the blue line. Off a skate, bounces around. Steelers to the blue again. Big shot there and gets tipped a few times and pushed off to the corner. Chisholm. Played across. Spinning Sexton. That will exit the zone. Gildart. Picked up, down for the Bulldogs. D to D. Inside 10 minutes to go here in the second now. Still scoreless. Minute to go on that penalty. Into the end wall. Sydney slaps that up the right side. Slowed up for the Bulldogs. Near center. Back into the corner. Frazier lets it go by Cameron. Gildart tries to get that up ahead. A little push by Sexton. Stopped up. Gildart gets it over to the left side. Shot in near the end boards. Frazier worked off. Sexton spins. McCaddy intercepts it. McCaddy puts it on the backhand. Picked up and out of the box there is Gillis. He sent down. Icing goes. 8:37 left to go here in the second. Face off on the right side. Back to the blue. Slowed up in front. McCaddy shoots, scores. Point blank finish. And the Bulldogs will take the lead here at the halfway mark in the game. So first goal of the game comes at the halfway mark. Shots 8-8. And a nice job just stopping up and finding that top right. Bulldogs trying to hand that off. Sydney has to catch up to it. Picked off the wall, up ahead for Sexton. Sexton on the left side. Shot. Save made as it's covered up there. Face off to the left. 8 minutes remaining here. Remember, no flood after this one. It'll be after the final periods. We already had our flood for this game. Even so far, not a ton of penalties or chances, but the back and forth has pretty much been down the middle. Worked around. Sydney. Finds Morgan. He'll work it down the left side. Holmes picks it up. Pass. Poked at, now trying to skate into that one. Bulldogs can't quite do so. Steelers will pick it up. Morgan back in behind. Shipped up the wall to Lee. Lee. Over to Wilson. Shot to the end boards. Bulldogs survey. Onto the stick there, swung around though. Wilson shoots. That one dies and into the glass and behind. Into the middle. Swallow picks it up, and a penalty here after they were already starting to skate away with it. The interference call. 7:05 to go. Face off to the left. Puck dropped in there. McKinnon shoots it, jumps the stick. Spinning, Sexton freed up. Cameron shot, pushed aside. Trying to play it up front. Worked over to Paul. Back to Paul. McKinnon. Steelers. One-timer. Gets as far as the blue lines, kept in. Chip down the center and in behind. Power play looking to turn up the juice here. Down the right side. Into the zone there, Bulldogs. Able to pick that up. Send it to the opposite end. Steelers slow it down. Now looking. Up ahead with it. McKinnon. McKinnon to the middle. McKinnon, right side, circle, shot, scores! And a power play marker the other way. Tie up this game at 1. 2 shots are the 2 goals here so far. And past the halfway point in the game when we're even at 1. Farrell tries to play it down the wall. Bulldogs, hard pass across. That one's picked up. Down the left side, Sexton shot. Oh, and almost had the lead for his team there. Just a few seconds after tying it up. Down there and behind. Sidney. Drops it back, it's over to Sexton. He tries to swipe at it. Picked up. Sent in behind. Backhand to the middle. High in the sky. It's going to be scooped out of the air. 5:03 left to go here in the second. Face off to the left. I don't believe that the Bulldogs have gotten a shot since that goal. Shots 12-8 for Sidney here now, so going to try to get some more rubber on net there. Gillis gets it back in behind. Cameron fans on it. Down low, Sidney trying to center. Bulldogs. Back to Gillis. Shot bouncing. Left for Antigonish. Down here in front. Anderson loses it. Shot from the slot. Scooped up off the turnover. So got to be careful with that. Skating it out at the top of their own zone. Face off to the left. Down low. Bulldogs. Trying to get that around the boards. Turned over. Cameron. Looking for it, but it's over skated there. Deacon in front of their own net. Dangerous there. Got to get some sort of spread out here for the Bulldogs. They're all kind of hemmed into the same area on the ice. Back to Oliver. Shot. Save made as the pressure continues to mount here from the Steelers. Changes there on forward. Puck dropped in there and played back to the line. That's blocked. Sydney to center. Played across, trying to get that up to Lee now. Down the left side. Antigonish stops. Pass connects. In over the blue line. Oliver picks it up. McCarron jumps down into it. Grabbed. Starting to move. Slowed up. Steelers into the corner. Chop that in the air. Rattel has it taken away. Lee now too. Shot. Pushed wide. McCarron. Let's chop that. Set back down for the whistle. 2:36 to go in the second. Puck over skated down low. Steelers pick it up, get it back to center. McCarron back in behind. Chased after, it's pushed up the wall. Bulldogs slow it up, trying to lead past that. Hits the foot of Sexton in behind. Swallow. Taking the long way around. Bulldogs into a shin pad. Under 2 minutes to go here in the second. With the Steelers almost doubling the Bulldogs shots since that goal they scored. 14-8 the shots now. Worked around, back to the blue line. Trying to get that up ahead. Misses the stick, it's bouncing. Back to Worth. Worth, oh, and a hit laid. That's going to result in a penalty. With a minute 32 to go to the box. Goes the Bulldogs and a chance for the Steelers to get their first lead of the game. Puck on the left here. Puck dropped in. That's back to the blue line. Shot stopped. Bulldogs gonna hustle it the other way. Down the right side. Trying to go in over the line. Sydney. Trying to go heads up with it. Hits the stick and ricochets to the end boards. Fanned on. Sydney picks it up to the outside. Minute to go here in the second off a shin pad. Bulldogs. Barron gets it to the right side. Sydney surveying. Pass, nice one there. Up the middle, connects. They're going to play that back to the D-man. He'll miss it. 35 seconds. As they start to get tangled up along the boards. Paul. Up ahead. Over to the right. Tipped and scores into the back of the net. As the netminder goes down. And that's the first lead of the game here, coming late at the end of the second on the power play. And player knocked into the netminder, so trainer are going to have to come out and take a look here. Goes the wrist. He's putting the glove back on, though. And he's all right. Coach going to come out anyway. And it looks like on the bench here there is only the one netminder, so going to have to check with him. And we'll just be back here in a sec. Okay, looks like he is all right out there. Gonna hang in there. We'll head back to center. And now the Steelers have scored 2 straight. And have taken their first lead of the game here after some great pressure on the back half of this second period. Remember, no intermission. It'll be just about 2 minutes. Cameron, they're looking for more. Shot into the glove. Puck still there. Spinning. And that will take us to the end of the period. So 2-1 after 2. All right, just like that, we're back here with the third and final period in our second game of the day between the Bulldogs and Sydney. 15 minutes on the clock, and it's a 1-goal game here. So we'll see who comes out on top. Momentum with the Steelers right now. Back to the blue line. Shot tipped off, so Bulldogs looking to get some momentum back here. 15 minutes on the clock. Bulldogs. Chisholm gets worked into the wall. Pushed in down low. Oliver tries to go up the wall with it. Geldart puts it back in. Cazera looking for it. Instead, it's Oliver who plays it off the boards by Sexton. Now the other way. Steelers. Over to McGrath. Poked at it. Cameron. Cameron. Sent down the right side. And whistle goes. Minute 20 in. Face-off comes down to the left. So Bulldogs offensive zone draw here. Gillis going to pick it up for the Steelers. Tries to go in behind his own net. Instead, it's off to the corner. Paul using the end boards as well. Don't know where the puck is. It was behind him. Bouncing. Kept in on the line by the Bulldogs. Right side. Try to center. Tied up in front, though. Now it's over to Boyle. Boyle shoots. Not going to make it through. Lee gets a whack at it. Paul now. Up through the middle. And a close icing there. They're going to give it to the Bulldogs, and they'll head back into the Steelers' end. Face off on the left side. Puck sent out the other side. Grabbed here by Antigonish. Tipped off the wall and on the left side. Boyle. Toe drags in, hands it off. Fougier, shot. Can't get it now, another chance. Scooped up and have to be steady there in net as the rebound came out. Puck down on the end boards. Gonna exit back to center. Hands up. Pass just makes it through. Gillis. Now Sydney the opposite way, trying to find some room there. Cameron. Played down low. Trying to free that up. Doorstep goes by. Sexton. Shoved off into the wall. 2-on-2 with Partridge as well. Arm goes up. Boarding, I believe, the call there. 12 minutes to go here in the third. And face off to the left. Puck dropped in. Paul has that go by into the end boards. Caught up to a little cut move for the Bulldogs. Over to the right side. Up ahead. Sydney. Hard off the boards. They're on the PK, so nice job there to get that out. This penalty, if they're able to kill it, will take us right down to the 10-minute mark. Pretty much lined up perfectly. Bulldogs in behind. Paul pulls it back and then just shoots it right back in. Netminder has to punch that aside. Slowed up. Over to the wall. Lead pass, chipped up ahead, in over the line, can't get that centered, it was close. Worth now, shoots fans on it, Worth still with it, has a man wide open in front, now he's there. They have 3 Steelers players pulled to the corner there. Now it's poked and off the post there. Some of the fans here thought that was in. Bulldogs hand it off. Right side. Trying to swing that back out in front. Shot. Through some legs. Glant. Hits off a foot. A puck left, 5 seconds to go in the penalty. 10 minutes in the game. Still even, Kelsey. Poked at. Re-enters by Fougier. Fougier. To the outside, a little shove. Steelers. In near the middle. That one's going to be grabbed, sent back. No icing. Inside 10 minutes here now. 2-1 lead for the Steelers. Sent back out in front. Back to Gillis. Bulldogs. Kalshi. Into the feet. On the end board. McCarron waiting for it. Back and behind. Oliver. McCarron grabs. Gillis picks up. Jumps the stick. Grabbed and sent around. Down here in front. Time ticking off the clock here. Through the middle, gaining the red line. McCarron, not much of a plan once he got there, though. Sidney, up the wall, kept in. Bulldogs, shoot. That one snared out of the air. 8:23 remaining. Puck dropped in. Left side. To Kelsey. Across the line. Trying to find a lane. Not going to make it through. Almost turned over. Back to the blue line. Shot tipped wide. Steelers trying for it. Farrell gets it down low. Morgan. Farrell tries to stick with it as well. Down to the end boards. 16-13 the shot, so Bulldogs have gotten some more shots on. Nothing into the back yet. Puck. Grab down here in front. Bulldogs behind their own net. Halfway done this third period. Still a lead for Sydney. Hand it off. Bulldogs trying to find an angle. They'll just pass that right in, but no one home but the other defender, McKinnon. McKinnon has a stick in the hands. And that will be a penalty. Just under 7 minutes to go. That was an easy call. To the box. We'll be continuing all day long here with the streams on High Button Sports. So 2 games so far today, including this one. Lots more hockey to be played. Puck dropped in. Sampson leaves it. Work down the wall. That'll be sent for the icing. Steelers. Heads up. Get that puck over. McKinnon now. McKinnon in over the line. McKinnon holding. Flipped it back to the line for Cameron. He'll kick it to himself and try to play that down to the right side corner. Swept over to the front. Half wall. Steps in. Picked up. Hits the back of Swallow there. He'll hustle after it. 1-on-1 down in the corner. Bulldogs get it. Put it to the open area. No real plan there. Kozira, as they'll just play it in behind. As just trying to kill time off the clock. I guess that's the plan right there. 1 minute to go in the penalty. Then they'll have about 4:40 to try to tie this game up. Shot on the right side. Didn't get through. Instead, it's back the other way. The Bulldogs shorthanded. Pinched into the wall. Back and behind. Off a skate. That'll bounce back. McKinnon. Back to Partridge. Gillis. Back to Partridge. Shoveled into the zone. Steelers turn it over. Paul, not what you want to do, but he makes up for it. That's the end of the penalty, so 5 minutes to go just under here. McKinnon. Back and behind for Paul. Up the wall, Sexton. Doyle picks that up, gets it back in behind. Paul chips it on the wall, picked up on the other side. Intense moments here as we wind down to the end of the third. Poked at. Now Steelers. Paul trying to spin out of it. Cameron brings it into his own end. Gets it to the left side. Ricochets off the stick there. Boyle now. Back and behind. Barron in behind. From the opposite corner now, McCaddy gets it back to the blue line. Kept in by a hair. Now to Fougere. McCaddy. Up to the right side. He's got the 1 goal for the Bulldogs here tonight. This morning, sorry. Played into the corner. Grabbed by the Bulldogs again. Flipped up the glass. That one rolls off a foot. Down and behind. 3 minutes now. Stepped in. Shot and a good look there. McCaddy. They haven't really been able to generate anything off the rush, so if they want a goal, it might have to start, or it might have to be one of those cheeky ones from the side of the net. Down low. 3 minutes to go here now. Sydney can't clear their own zone. Grabbed by Antigonish. Shot low. Push to the corner. Sexton pokes at it. Can't get it through. Kept in. Bulldogs. Jumps the stick. Sexton. Over to Wilson. 2:32 remaining here now in the third. Up ahead. Big strides through the middle. From the corner. In front. Backhand. Save made. What a look there. Found some open room. Back to McCarron. Hits the stick, slows up. 2 minutes to go. We're rolling through the back half of this game. Firmly in the Sydney end. Past the stick of Lee and gets out. Lucky bounce there. McCarron tries to get that to the right side. Sent down for the icing. And they're still alive here, the Bulldogs. 1:44 remaining. No timeouts here at this tournament. This probably would have been time to take one if they were allowed. Back to Sampson. Sampson shoots, tipped, scores! And the Bulldogs tie it up with 98 seconds to go. That finds the back of the net. They worked away. They've got the pucks their way and into the back of the net. And now we are all square. Once again, it has been a minute since we were all square. Puck dropped in. The Antigonish parents are fired up. So we will go to a tie if we don't have a winner here in the next 90 seconds, but they're looking for more. Steelers off the glass. Sampson kicks it to himself. Over to the right side. Bulldogs try to hand that up. Back through. McKinnon over the line. McKinnon in behind. Minute to go from the corner. Trying to center. Grabbed Steelers to the blue line. Shot Cameron. Back to Cameron. Pokes at it. Swallow. Can't get it free. 38 seconds. Bulldogs. McCarron elects not to pass it. It'll exit the zone. Sydney trying to work it back the other way now, but the Bulldogs pick up on it once again. 22 seconds. Tie game. What's been an even game all the way through. 14 seconds to go. Into the ref's skates. Got to get that centered. Back. Chance for the shot. Through, and it goes wide to the right. On the right side. And that will take us to the end. So pushing and shoving after. But tie game 2-2 off the late Antigonish goal. And that'll do it for game number 2 here on the main rink. We'll see you in the next one. Or we'll wait for the next the MVP and see you in a moment. Number 17, Jackson Morrison for the Steelers. And Fougier wins it on the other side.